what you got going on right now, what your thoughts are. I'm about to have a quick lunch at the house before I go to the clinic and do a couple of videos with Monica, talk some business with Monica, meet some students. What's up, Christine? How's it going? How's it going, Ms. Mo Munir? Let me get you guys, Inquisitive Christine, brand ambassador, Latinos in Clinical Research. How are you doing? TK Liz, what up? What up, guys? Like, make sure you put the hearts on there. Make sure you smash the hearts on the screen. Madeline, how's it going? I just talked to someone today named Adeline, who's in my Patreon group. So much expertise, so much domain expertise. All of you guys, actually. You know what? If you like really audit yourself and you analyze your core competencies, you would be amazed, shocked even at the fact that you can integrate it with research. And this is kind of, hey, Ronke, how's it going? On LinkedIn, I see you. Make sure if you're on LinkedIn, Facebook, or YouTube that you like, you subscribe, you comment. Just like the people, all the peeps on Instagram right now, they're doing the hearts, they're loving it, they're putting emojis on there. We need to get the algorithms interested in clinical research because there is a lot of misinformation out there. There's a lot of weirdos talking about how clinical research is for guinea pigs and things like that. We don't have time for this, guys. The industry is booming. We need diversity. We need to take advantage of all these opportunities. We need to take advantage, if you want to call it that, of COVID and what happened with that. We need to educate people. What's mRNA? This is what I was telling Adeline in my Patreon group. She's gonna do it. She's gonna become like the mRNA guru. I'm really excited for her. So the question is why? Hey Alejandro, I got your message today, by the way. Thank you very much. I would love to talk to you. I'm proud of what you're doing, man, over there at Angels Clinical Research. Shout out to you. Lamuna, Thetes, Agda.Bruinska. What is up, guys? I want to see the hearts, the comments, the likes. Shifa Shoeb, all the way from India. I admire your passion. A lot of things going around about the AstraZeneca vaccine shot causing. Yeah, that one's got some problems. I mean, I'm not qualified to speak on it, but the data advisory committee or whatever. I mean, Europe was really counting on that AstraZeneca one. Who knows? Hopefully they figure out what's going on. Honestly, I haven't looked into it that much. Hello. How's it going? So yeah, Alejandro, we got back to you ASAP on that email. And like almost in record time, I replied back. Salima, how's it going? What do you think is going to happen in the clinical research industry after the pandemic is over? Lots of good stuff, I can tell you that. Hasib, Nicole, Joanna, Alejandro, we got two Alejandros right here. You guys get to know each other. You're both on LinkedIn. Alejandro Santos, Alejandro Melado. We need guys. Are you on? By the way, any ethnicities welcome. LatinosInClinicalResearch.com. We got good stuff up our sleeves. Up our sleeves. We've got so many good things coming up for Latinos in clinical research. I don't even want to start because I'm just gonna do a live stream on that, and then I won't have time to talk about clinical research. This question from Salima. Clinical research on what's going on. Prince Jaco, what up? How's it going, man? You guys put the hearts on the screen. We need to get the algorithm, the Instagram algorithm, on board with what we're doing, with the message that we're trying to put out there. So I'm going solo today. Why? Well, to answer what Salima's asking right now. What do you think is going to happen in clinical research after the pandemic is over? So the industry is booming right now. It's partially due to COVID. Not completely due to COVID. It's partially due to COVID. If you watched the Zymewire interview I did, where their global head of sales talked about the webinar they had, I could save you. I mean, you should watch that, but I can save you time. There's never been more money invested in our industry than there was last year, 2020, and already now in 2021, and it's only like month 4, and it's already more than it was last year. So that should tell you a lot. It's not all about COVID. Yes, COVID was a huge catalyst for why the industry is booming, why there's a hiring frenzy going on right now. Every CRO is hiring, every company is hiring. drug companies are looking for sites. It's never been a better time. And by the way, the long tail, so the long tail of the opportunity, meaning the places that nobody wants to look, is where there's tons of opportunity. Small companies, small sites, small CROs, small pharma companies, publicly traded some of them, but small. So after the pandemic's over, this money that's been invested at record levels in our industry, also in other industries too, like fintech, blockchain. A lot of money is being invested into those areas by venture capital, but definitely life sciences. That money's got to be used. Like the investors want ROIs on that. There's a couple things besides COVID and besides the money or where the money's being invested. Genetics is a big one, right? And we could talk about decentralized trials too, and microbiome, which we have Dr. Sabine Hazen, who's like an expert on that. But genetic, gene editing, gene sequencing, how to use this data for clinical trials, how to actually do clinical trials on these things, how it relates to things like sickle cell anemia, which also relates to diversity in clinical research. All these things are intersecting, right? All these things, everything's converging right now into one. So basically, with gene editing, you have a little bit of that in the immunotherapy, in CAR T, in oncology. So there's a lot of breakthroughs happening at the same time. I mean, go ask actual experts in these specific therapeutic indications, and they'll tell you better than me. I'm a generalist, guys. I just study. I know kind of what's going on. I have my finger on the pulse, right? But there's domain experts in all these things I just mentioned. I would love to have more of them on the show as well and go live. But and let's not forget, everybody forgets about what's so cool about the COVID vaccine and also what's kind of scary about it, which is why it's unknown. Cool and scary and unknown can all coexist, is the fact that it's the first time it's been a synthetic mRNA vaccine being used. So that paradigm shift has a lot of implications going forward for vaccines, method of delivery, and the actual vaccine itself. It's never been done before. So those things that I mentioned are what's causing the clinical research industry to explode. I don't see it stopping anytime soon. Obviously, you got to look at the greater macroeconomic environment. If we go through a severe market crash like we did in 2008, then I think clinical research, just like a lot of other industries, is going to have a decline, right? But I don't think the decline will be as bad as in other industries. I think clinical research is going to be one of the safest places to be as a business person, as an entrepreneur, as a career seeker, as somebody who's building their career. Just this is what I'm telling you: be generalist. Things are changing. How can you take advantage of all these changes if you remain a specialist? Like the industry is not staying the same for you. It's changing. Things are changing. Decentralization is changing. Decentralization is adding an entire new sub-industry to clinical research. I don't think decentralized trials are ever going to replace traditional trials. I think it's going to add a brand new subsegment to this. So clinical research is going to this is to answer your question, Salima. I hope I answer your question enough. Matter of fact, the whole live stream is about this. Hey Marjorie, how's it going? Mopsiaj. I got to now everybody prefer mRNA vaccine instead of AZ vaccine. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Guru Nation, Marjorie with the Clubhouse Monday night Guru Nation. It was amazing. I listened, Marjorie. I got on there like this with my headphones. I was listening to every word people were saying. I just couldn't talk because I was in a grocery store. Then I was with my mom. By the way, my mom had a lot of stuff to say on the Clubhouse. I'll tell you later. But she didn't want to actually get on and talk. But she got a lot to say. And the few times I did talk, she's like, "Wow, these people actually know your name? How do they know your name?" My mom has no idea what this social media stuff's all about, right? So that was kind of cool to see that. Like the clubhouse was nice, Marjorie. Keep that up. I don't think the next Monday I could come either. I'm gonna be at a wedding in Mexico, and on that Monday I'll be driving back. I might be able to if I'm already back home. I might be able to be on. However, this week is gonna be nuts. Like for Thursday and Friday, I don't think I can even make those Clubhouse meetings. Uh, Michael Young, what's up? Pent up needs for non-COVID trials too. Yes, this is beyond COVID, guys. This is COVID like is a catalyst for a lot of this stuff. But the money was flowing in before COVID. The money temporarily stopped during like that March to April. And then it started flowing in again, and now it's flowing in even greater. I mean, look at the biotechs, look at the FDA decisions. The FDA's been actually tougher too. The FDA's been tougher on approvals this year and a little bit of last year, if you've noticed. So always look at the macro picture. This is what I'm talking about, generalist. Yes, you can be a specialist. You guys all have domain expertise, all of you guys. In Poland, yeah, everybody wants the mRNA vaccine in Europe. I mean, we got those here. We got those in the U.S., Moderna and Pfizer. Great topic, Dan. The biotech industry was in infancy in the early 90s, cooled as vaccines were pushed out of the way by devices by investors. The pandemic ushered in resurgence of vaccine as a preferred delivery mode. Gotta correct your typo, but I know you're excited. You know, the LinkedIn fingers getting antsy. Preferred delivery mode once again in oncology and infectious disease. I know, guys. And guess what? All this stuff needs studies. And the FDA being tougher, you may think, well, investors are going to be a little more reluctant to invest money. Yes, to a certain extent, but where else are they going to put their money? I mean, fintech. There's only so many industries that have the growth potential that life sciences has. Healthcare industry is the biggest industry in the country, in the United States, might be in the world. So the money's still going to have to come flowing in. FDA getting tougher just means more studies are going to be needed, more thorough studies, longer studies, maybe more data on these studies. They want more diversity. We already know that. If you're calling that tougher, then let's get tougher, because we do need the clinical trials to be an accurate representation of the people taking the medications. Put some hearts out there, guys. Clary Vincent, Omaya Wale, Athena Skiani, what is up? How's it going? Long time no see for some of you guys and gals out there. Make sure you smash the screen on Instagram with the hearts. We need to see the heart fluttering through. It needs to look like the logo on my Guru Nation, the ECG on the heart. It needs to be like a flurries of hearts. But yes, LinkedIn user, thank you very much for this comment. This is exactly what I'm saying. Exactly what I'm saying. Shafak, what is up? KLS. I like that. I like that name. KLS. Hey, Eric, how's it going? Hey, Dan. Well, the clinical data management domain boom as well. Everything. If research is booming, and please ask your question on Instagram. I'm not ignoring Instagram. Instagram's the most live of all. Instagram is the one putting the most hearts on there, way more hearts. Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, you guys need to be putting the thumbs up. You guys need to be commenting. You guys need to be, Instagram is all on it. And they have the secondary mic. This is the Instagram mic right here. This is the LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube mic. See, Instagram got its own mic. Anyways, you guys don't care about that, but that's a cheap way to get hearts and likes. So thank you. Keep those coming. Ask your question, KLS. But yes, clinical data management, of course, that's anything related to research. There's a stat that I read this article before COVID. By 2025, they predicted, a very reputable think tank in the industry predicted, by 2025, and remember, this was pre-COVID. COVID is going to speed this up even more and make it bigger. By 2025, they predicted that 65% of revenues in research, or money circulating in research, is going to go to vendors. So not sites, not CROs, but vendors, like tech vendors, like EDC, like people like Viva, like all the tech the solutions people, right? So data management is part of that. Data management is a big part of that. There's a huge need for data management. Are you kidding? And biostats as well. And diversity. You know, we have all these companies, all these tech vendors out there trying to make tech solutions for decentralized trials. That's good. We definitely need that. But we need more diversity vendors too. Maybe use a little bit of tech, but really what you're using is more of your heart. because you need to get the awareness out there. Clinical research has a branding problem. So that's an opportunity. Look, black women in research did it with Daniel Coe, black men in clinical research with Daniel Coe, Latinos in clinical research. I know there's a Middle Easterners in clinical research now. Um, so this is how we're going to get diversity. It's a grassroots. It's a combination of tech. Of course, you're going to need the tech. Tech is going to be part of all of us. We're all going to be in like 3 generations, half androids anyways. I mean, look at me right now. This is going to be ancient. Like, you had to wear a headphone and a mic to talk to people on the internet. What kind of thing is that? We just do it telepathically now. Of course, tech is going to be a huge part of this, but you need, like, the heart, right? You need, if you want more diversity, you need to go grassroots. You need to have empathy. You need to be able to, soft skills. Did I talk enough about soft skills? People say I don't talk enough about soft skills. I say that's nonsense. That is false. Fake news. Fake news. What do you think about starting a career in PV, pharmacovigilance? Is it better than in clinical trials? It's not better than clinical trials. It's a part of clinical trials. It's not better. But you're in clinical trials, which is going to be good because you want to be in an industry that is growing. Clinical trials, I don't really follow too many other industries, but fintech is one, so financial tech. Blockchain is another one. It's kind of related to fintech. And then AI. And then life sciences. Can you think of any others that are better than those? I don't think so. There's not. So, like, and I'm not an AI guru. I'm not a fintech guru. There's people like that. I'm in clinical research. But you're in one of the better industries you can be in. So, pharmacovigilance, there's no such thing as better than clinical trial. It's a subcomponent of clinical trials. So get in as a specialist and then work your way to being a generalist as well. What about project management in clinical trials? Of course, it's anything in clinical research where there's a demand, huge demand. Lindsay Summers, are you on here, Lindsay? I want to hear if Lindsay, if you're watching, put a comment. She's like the best recruiter I know on LinkedIn, or anywhere. Period. She's on Clubhouse too, and she's always tweeting. I wanted to like screenshot her tweet and put it on my Instagram story. I still might do that because it's indicative, and I can't use my phone because I'm going live right now. But it's indicative of the industry. So she's a recruiter. She's at the forefront. She's really has her finger on the pulse of the industry because when companies start hiring, that's a precursor for how they think the industry is going to be headed. And right now there's a hiring frenzy going on. Anybody who knows anybody who works at a sponsor or a CRO or even at a site knows that there's a hiring frenzy going on. They just can't get enough people in. But the industry will not accept people that don't know what they're doing. They still require a little bit of experience. They still require that you did your own education, that you learned the industry, that you took it upon yourself. You know how many of our CRA and CRC Academy students get hired because the employer says, wait a minute, you paid out of your own pocket for this academy, the CRA Academy? That's a good sign. That's a sign that, yes, you may be lacking a little bit in experience, although in the CRA Academy we do give experience. You may be lacking a little bit, but you make up for it in your ambition because, nobody told you to go do this. You went out and did it. So there is ways to get in. Everybody starts out entry level at some point. There are ways to get in. But you need to fight and claw your way through. You got to network. You got to be on these comments on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on YouTube. You got to see who else is posting from these drug companies, from these CROs. Like their stuff. Comment on their stuff. I almost cussed right now, but I know it's family friendly. So like their stuff. Comment on their stuff. One cannot function without the other. I agree. Marjorie says, got 4 recruiters contacting me just today. See, Clary Vincent says, true, the research market is very active right now. EC Omela, how's it going? Make sure, guys, put those hearts on that screen. I'm getting hungry. I can't wait to eat some lunch. But let's keep going. Let's keep going with these questions. Let's keep going with this pumping. I'm pumping the industry. It doesn't need any pumping. The industry is growing. Being new to the industry, having 1 year of coordinator experience, Heart failure studies, hospital sites. Can I shift to being an in-house CRA made with non-oncology experience? Yes. Yes. Coordinators. This is why I love coordinators. Not only because I started out as a coordinator, and somebody says clawing my way to becoming a CRA. Good. We need to sharpen those claws. What does that mean? Put in the comments what you think that means. Sharpen those claws. That's philosophical there. Sharpening my claws to become a CRA, or clawing my way to become a CRA. So this is why I like coordinators. Not only because I started out as a coordinator, but they are the most generalist position I can think of in the industry. See, the industry can talk all this good game about tech, decentralization, patient centricity, diversity, DE&I, all this stuff, right? It's all good stuff too. But it means nothing. This is what it means. Zero, guys. Can you see? It means nothing if the sites don't buy into it. I'm going to pause for special effect. Have you heard of them? They offer training program for cheap, I discovered. I've never heard of them. The No, I have not heard of them. Look, the knowledge is there. The knowledge, if it's just a matter of getting knowledge, you don't need to pay for it. You have my videos. You have even other people's videos now. You don't need to pay for information. You have my book. It's like $30 if you want to pay. Or the audio book is even cheaper, 17 I think, and it's even better because it's like 2 books. Paying for the knowledge is not worth it in 2021. Paying to get the table set up for you, like we do in the CRA and CRC Academy, with real world internship experience that you put on your CV. We have a breast cancer study right now for immunotherapy. We have central nervous system disorder studies for our clinical research coordinators. That's what you're paying for, and the hand holding and the content curation, putting everything to you. So here's the least amount of time you can spend. In our academies, it's 3 months. Here's the least amount of time, the minimal amount of time, and the minimal amount of stuff you need to focus on to know 80% of how to do your job well. Then you need to start doing the internship on real studies so that you get real experience, so that you know how to do a monitoring report, so that when you go interview and they ask you the thing about what some challenges you overcome, you don't just sit there going like this. You say, well, when I reviewed subject 2, matter of fact, here's my report. When I reviewed subject 2 in this breast cancer study, this is what I noticed from the site. I mean, boom, 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 you get details. You don't just have nonsense. That's what you're paying for. So training, to pay for training, if it's just training, no. You don't need the training. You get videos. If you want everything set up for you, and internship, and career development, and CV, this is why we made this, guys. We didn't want to make a program that's just going to like siphon money from people. We only have 15 people a quarter. We don't want more than 15 students a quarter for the CRA Academy. True, crazy respect for study coordinators in the industry. Yeah, sorry, I went on a rant, but the question about academies, I know we compete, but it's only worth it. Really do your due diligence on who they are, what they're going to do for you. If it's just information, you get that for free. True crazy respect for coordinators in the industry. They are also highly respected when they transition into pharma companies. Yeah, so for all this stuff, the industry talks about patient centricity, decentralized trial, technology, e-consent, e-COA, e-pro, e-and anything, any acronym you can put an E in front of. If the sites don't buy in, it's not going to happen. Let me say that again. If the sites don't buy in, it's not going to happen. All the action happens at the site level, from the smallest of sites to the biggest of sites. Matter of fact, the smallest of sites probably have more of the action. And who's running a site, basically, at the end of the day? Study coordinator. So study coordinator is the most generalist you can be. So yes, the answer, that's a long-winded answer, Hasib. I apologize. I had too much coffee this morning. Too much coffee combined with excitement, combined with comments about paying for trainings, really got me going on that one. Yeah, no other company that offers that experience that my academy offered. No, this is why we do it. This is why I don't mind talking about it. Are clinical trial assistants similar to coordinators? It depends, Sen. It depends on the site. So you got to look at the job description. The more you do, obviously, the better. The closer it will be to coordinator. And by the way, not all coordinators are the same. You could be a coordinator at academic medical center, and you're not really doing what a coordinator does at a private site. I can go show you in an hour, make it 2 hours. This is why I'm always late. I'm always late because I get caught off on these tangents with you guys going live. By the time I get to the clinic, people are ready to leave. I'm just getting started. I'm just getting the day started. But I'll show you at the clinic today. I'm gonna vlog, do something with Monica. She does everything at that site. Now we're merging two sites into one. She's gonna be the site director. I mean, that's not the same as a coordinator at UCLA. The coordinator at UCLA, no offense, I don't actually know anyone there, but they're not doing what Monica's doing. I'll put all my money and all my Bitcoin on that. All of it. Guys on Instagram, let's get the heart flurries, the heart pumping. I know it's a lot of work. I know it's a lot of work with your thumbs, you know. How do you smash? Let me know on Instagram. How do you smash? How do you put hearts? Do you use your thumb like me, or do you go like index finger? I've just always been curious. Which one is it? I guess thumbs up for your thumb. Point. I don't even know if there's emoji with finger, not the middle finger one, guys. You could put middle finger too if you want. Joining the CRA Academy after many no. Okay. I can't see your name, LinkedIn user, but you won't be disappointed, especially in this new class that is going to start in April. Wow. We streamlined everything for you, and you still get the same internship that the current students who are graduating now are going to get. Here I come, April 12th, CRA Academy. Thank you. Thank you. I wish I knew your name. Email me, and then I'm actually sending I know we sent a welcome email already to the students that pre-registered, but we're going to send an official welcome email today with access to the Teachable. We're using Teachable and a trial master file. 2-minute school. This guy, everybody needs to follow 2-minute school on YouTube. He leaves the best comments, and they're short. They're short comments, but they're like, you have to like really analyze his comment because they're only a few words, but they mean so much. They're like deep, deep, deep. Okay, my wife just texted me that she's picking up the food, so we're getting close to me wrapping up, but we got time for more. Oh, Tanya Higgins, of course. I haven't seen you on Clubhouse, Tanya. Shout out to Tanya. You're making the right decision. And the thing about CRA Academy, I mean, I hate to unless there's more questions. I don't like to like just talk about our companies. I hate watching that kind of content, but we don't leave our students alone. Like if there's students that still talk to me like we've been doing this 6 years now, 5 years, going on 6. They still reach out like, hey, I just switched jobs again. Can I jump back in the internship? Yes. Do I still have access to my material? Yes. Can you still help me with the recruiters? Yes. 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 I am a CT administrator. My role is more like acting CTC for U.S. Canada study. Clinical trial coordinator? Oh, good. So make sure if your official job title is something specific like that, something niche, like CT administrator, but you are basically doing like generalist work, make sure you're putting every single thing you are doing in your resume. Because if you just put CT administrator, people are going to have like their preconceptions based on their experiences in the past with CT administrators, and some of them don't do anything. So you really need to like expand your resume, put every single thing that you do. If you have to like explain it in sentences, do it. If you have to put it on the top, you can put clinical trial administrator functioning as clinical trial coordinator or something. I don't know, make it sound a little bit better than that. Ready to win a spot in the CRC Academy? I have a person I would love for you guys to train. Okay. This is good. So we're going to give away in 2 weeks. No, next week. So the CRA Academy starting Sunday. for week 1. On next week, basically you got to sign up to latinosinclinicaltrials.com, sign up on the email list, and then check your emails, because that's how we're giving away the scholarships for this CRA class coming up and for the CRC Academy class coming up. Only one, and it's going to be like a scavenger hunt for what you're going to have to do. And last time nobody won. Many have played, nobody won. Your business is not a secret, Dan. Tell them all about it. People want to know more. No, I was just going to say, I actually forgot what I was going to say. But yeah, our relationship with I know every company says this, but I really mean it, because look, my businesses are tied to my reputation. So at the end of the day, my reputation means much more to me than having one more student, right? So basically what I'm trying to say is I actually care about our clients. I actually care about our students. If they're putting in the effort, I actually care that they become successful. So that's what I'm trying to say without sounding too salesy. Hi, Dan. Would like to know if CRA recruiters are willing to place CRAs in Europe from Africa. I'm not sure. I don't know. That's another thing. Like, I don't like to talk about what I don't know. Um, I'm sure it's been done before, and if it's been done before, which I'm pretty sure, then it can be done again, and why not you? So what I would do is get on LinkedIn right now and talk to recruiters about exactly what you said. Lindsay Summers would be a great first person to talk to. Lindsay Summers. Thank you, Marjorie. I appreciate it. Ilaria Montemuro. Wow, are you Romanian? What's your nationality, Ilaria? And what's up, Wani Momin? No matter your nationality, go to latinosinclinicalresearch.com. It doesn't even matter what your nationality. I'm not Latino. I'm not Latino, and I'm one of the 4 co-founders. Okay, Tanya, you're gonna love the class. I'm telling you. Okay, good. I am currently pursuing my degree. Before completion, what are the things to be done to get in clinical research coordinator, trial assistant job? So the knowledge is one, but then the like practical. Sites need studies. Sites need patients. Sites need people who know how to draw blood and take vitals. Sites need people who know what it means to do quality control. So basically monitoring their coordinators. Sites need people who are already GCP and IATA certified. They don't have time to make sure that you get those certifications. Come in with those things. Those are things you could be doing now. And getting on LinkedIn and talking to people and commenting on their posts and learning what sites really want. There's plenty of sites. Go to Topaz Clinical Research on LinkedIn and look, and then if you hopefully have an iPhone, get on Clubhouse and listen like I did. See, Monday's perfect example. I couldn't talk. Believe me, guys, I talk all the time. I couldn't talk. But I have 2 ears. So I listened, and I only had a headphone in one. So actually I only listened with one ear. But I listened, and I already know enough about what's going on, but I'm listening in case I could pick up something different, something new. So if you're just starting, you don't really know much. Anything you listen to is going to be huge ROI. Anything. Anything. So that's what you need to be doing. All right? Your degree is great, but you need to get practical with it too. Always more. Tanya Higgins, I watched many of your interviews with others who took the course. Yeah, and you know what? For all the ones you've seen, there's like 10 more that you haven't seen because they don't want to come on. Very good tip to listen. I'm actually a bad listener too. I'm a very bad listener. In elementary school, they used to give us report cards. I don't know if they do that anymore. They would grade us on our listening skills. I don't think they do that anymore. I got D's in that. I got D in listening and I got D in cursive. I'm that old, guys. I'm 39, so we used to like get graded on how we wrote cursive, and I got a D in that and a D in listening. Those were like my weakest subjects. Um, Other than those, though, I got fairly good grades. I was never like a great student, but I was not a bad student either. Um, but yeah, listening, I'm not even good at listening. If I could listen on Clubhouse when I'm distracted, when I'm at stores, when I'm hanging out with my mom and I could still listen, then I know you could listen, especially when you need to soak up the info. There is always something new to learn from this industry. Always, always. This is why it's valuable to be on Clubhouse, even if you don't want to talk. Like I said, just to listen. I don't feel like talking all the time. I wasn't. Austin says I wasn't part of the CRA Academy, but I work at a large CRO that actually has it listed in some of the job descriptions that they value clinical research training programs for valuable experience knowledge. I'm screenshotting this. Hold on, Austin. This is like what you just did for me is like a free promo. Like we can put that on the website. If you give me permission, I'll put your name. If not, I'll just put the text. But it's exactly what we want, guys. Um, so let me read this again. I wasn't for the Instagram people. Let me read it for the people on the back. I wasn't a part of the CRA Academy, but work at a large CRO that actually has it listed in some of the job descriptions that they value clinical research training programs for valuable experience knowledge. Nice to see they are adapting to this instead of just on the job experience. Exactly. As long as my CRO has a study, our CRA Academy students are set. Our interns are set. And same with the CRC. Monica, who's co founder of the CRC Academy with me and Chris, she's also co-founder of Latinos in Clinical Research. So all these things connect to one another. So you once you're in like one of our brands, you're connected. It's part of the greater family. So thank you so much for that, Austin. It was I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Veda says that's great to hear, Austin. I didn't. Yeah, she didn't. I didn't know that. You are a good listener. Understands what you listen. I'm getting better at listening, but I'm still. My wife would disagree with your statement. But I'm getting much better. I think the older I get, the more I'm just calming down, relaxing. Yeah, I'm still hyper. I still got energy. I could still go off on a good rant here and there, especially when we're exposing the scams in the end. And there's some criminals in this industry. I mean, I got something coming for you guys. I don't want to talk about it now, but there's some bad. The industry is like 99% great people, but there are some that spoil, like, give people a bad taste in their mouth. And we're going to figure out how to, like, do it properly. And then, it involves money, of course. When does it not involve money? There's a lot of con artists in this space, too. Um, but for the most part, this is a great industry, a very good industry. Not a very good, a great industry to be associated with life sciences. And I would say 99% of the people I met are good or great people. Neutral, good or great. Nah, I'll lower that a little. Let's go 95. Let's keep it real, like we do on Mondays in Clubhouse. Keep it real, Marjorie. Let's keep it real. I would say, I would say from the people I've met in research, let me keep it really real at the end. From all my years in research, I would say it's 80-20. 80% are neutral, good, or great, just people. And then 20% try to cut corners constantly. I'm not talking about trying to cut corners once. I'm talking about like that's their business model is to cut corners, or that's their MO. I would say 20% are either in that camp or just like mean, like nasty individuals. But I guess every industry is like that. And ours is probably compounded when you see these negative aspects because it affects so much beyond just our industry. And I mean, you guys probably all heard about that site owner in Washington who, like, 7 years ago, just completely faked data because he got addicted to pain meds. And then there's all these kind of programs that will fake your resume and get you in or try to get you in. What they do is get your money. They don't get you in. FDA website is full of those cases. So yeah, it's there. But so I would say 80-20. If I'm going to keep it real, like Marjorie says, I would say 80-20 from my experiences. And it might be trending a little bit higher lately. And the more I think about it, the more those negative experiences were longer in the past, like last decade, uh, like 2010, pre 2010. I think the internet's changing that. I really think the internet's going to expose a lot more of that. So hopefully we're going to have like 85. Lately it's been like 90-10. Or maybe this is why I started with 99, but that's probably because I'm not necessarily in the trenches anymore dealing with um, as many people on a day-to-day basis. I should probably ask Monica that. 2C82, how's it going? How's it going, guys? So we're about to wrap up. This has been a really good live stream, and I appreciate you guys joining. Replay is going to be available, of course. I want to know your thoughts, what you got from this, and I want to know anything else you want to see on future live streams. But I will end this right now. It's been great, and I will end it on Austin's quote because that I can't forget to have that one uh, on there. We're gonna make an Instagram story out of this or something. So thank you guys. Thank you Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube. Thank you Instagram. Uh, Clary Vincent says also workers are more comfortable with reporting malpractice and research. That's a good one too. I think there's more eyeballs. There's more people watching. Gabby Marinello, you're joining us at the end. But you know what? If you have time right now, I'm gonna call you. You're a Patreon member. I owe you a phone call. So I'm gonna end this and give you a call, Gabby. All right, thank you guys. Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram. Thank you guys very much. See y'all later.